You reach for your phone the second a conversation goes quiet. You refresh an app that has nothing new to show you. You feel a strange itch the moment nothing is happening. But the real reason you do this is far stranger than simple habit. That itch has a name: boredom. You've probably treated it as a glitch, something to eliminate fast. But boredom isn't a malfunction. It's a survival mechanism built into you by millions of years of pressure. So what is boredom actually for? Psychologist John Eastwood at York University redefined boredom as a specific, uncomfortable state. The aversive experience of wanting to engage with the world, yet being unable to find something that satisfies that want. Notice what that means. Boredom isn't nothing happening. It's your brain signaling that something needs to change. That's a survival signal, not a malfunction. Go back to your ancestors. Picture early humans on the savannah. Resources scattered unpredictably across vast distances. Sitting still wasn't safety. It was slow starvation. A mind comfortable doing nothing would lose the race against a mind that felt restless, compelled to search for the next opportunity. Boredom was a nudge, an alarm that said this spot has nothing left for you. Move, explore. Psychologist Sandi Mann at the University of Central Lancashire had participants complete a tedious task, reading numbers from a phone book before attempting a creative exercise. The bored participants outperformed a control group on creativity. Why? Boredom pushed their minds to wander, and wandering minds generate novel connections focused minds rarely find. Here's where it gets stranger. Mann's research suggests boredom isn't the enemy of creativity. It might be one of its primary engines, but boredom didn't just drive innovation, it drove connection. Researcher Erin Westgate at the University of Florida found boredom spikes hardest when an activity feels meaningless, regardless of how stimulating it actually is. You can sit through an action movie and still feel bored if it fails to connect to anything significant. Westgate reframes boredom as a meaning detector, a signal that quietly asks, "Is this worth your time?" This is the counterintuitive twist. You assume boredom is what happens when life lacks stimulation. The deeper truth is that boredom is what happens when life lacks direction. Endless scrolling proves that every day. You can be drowning in content and still feel that ancient itch, because the itch was never about quantity, it was about purpose. This explains something strange about modern life. You have more entertainment available than any human in history, yet boredom hasn't disappeared. If anything, people report feeling bored more often now. How is that possible with infinite content at your fingertips? Because your ancestors' boredom signal wasn't built for infinite content. It was built for an environment where stimulation was scarce, where meaningful activity required effort and risk. Modern technology floods that signal with empty stimulation, like food that fills your stomach but starves your body of nutrients. Eastwood's research points directly at this gap. Passive scrolling doesn't resolve boredom. It postpones it. The alarm keeps ringing underneath the noise because the real need, engagement with something meaningful, was never met. So why does this matter to you, specifically, right now? Because the discomfort you feel reaching for your phone in a quiet moment isn't weakness. It's an ancient mechanism doing exactly what it evolved to do, misfiring against an environment it was never designed for. Your ancestors' boredom pushed them toward the next meaningful action. Yours pushes you toward whatever's nearest, increasingly a feed engineered to exploit the signal without ever satisfying it. This is the modern mirror. Every time you feel that restless itch and instinctively reach for distraction, you're activating a survival tool that has nothing left to survive against. The predators are gone. The scarce resources are gone. But the mechanism remains, fully intact, searching for purpose in an environment built to hijack it instead of fulfill it. Mann's later research found that people who deliberately sat with boredom without reaching for a screen often arrived at more original ideas and stronger motivation than those who escaped the feeling instantly. That single choice, sitting with discomfort instead of numbing it, might be the closest thing you have to recreating the conditions that made boredom useful in the first place.